got a brand new weight room being constructed right now.
Yep.
Wonder how far that is away from.
The fifth graders were taking a tour of it last week, but the kids that are in high school have not seen it. Because Monroe's locker is right across from the
Yeah.
entrance. And she's like, I love how fifth graders can go see it, but we haven't even went to see it.
Oh, so it's getting close though?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
We've needed one of those in a long time.
Yes, we have.
What'd they do, knock out a couple classrooms to get that, or?
Yeah. Like, they,
Who needs classrooms? You gotta have weights.
Brian can probably tell you better, because
Huh.
I'm not, but Brian, who's on the school board, is coming in, he can probably tell you better.
Well, it's been 30 years since they put it where it is presently located.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
so-
heard my name in vain by somebody.
No, he
Wait.
was asking about the weight room, like what they
Oh,
knocked out to make the weight room.
there was an area in the back of the school where there was a wood shop,
Right,
computer room. Across the hall, there was an old, I think it was a metal shop.
right,
That whole back area back there, got it all the way back onto the walls, didn't change any shape of the school. Cleared all that out and cleared out about 3,500 square feet for a weight room.
wow, is that right?
Yeah, and then there's a new wood shop, and then across the hall, a new computer lab, where it used to be a classroom and now it's two, with a big
Really?
space for lab.
Wow,
So there'll be new weight room, new, wood shop, and new STEM room back there for Career Academy,
yeah, good deal,
stuff like that.
Have you seen Homestead's new weight room? It
fantastic.
looks like the University of Alabama.
Yeah,
Their whole school looks like that.
I mean, their weight room is unbelievable.
well, ours won't look quite like that, but Parkview is providing all the support, all the new
That's
equipment,
nice.
all
Oh,
the branding.
really? That's really cool.
Really?
So it, for a shoebox, it might look close.
3,500 is pretty big.
Give me my phone real quick.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 times what we had.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell. It'll have carpet down, it'll have,
That's a plus, cause
Like-
that weight room
like
has a
turf.
stench.
Like the turf down the middle, kinda.
turf down the middle, garage door straight outside,
Great.
so you can just take people and gear right out the door. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
Very cool.
Okay, it is streaming.
Good.
That's the first phase of a few things
That's good.
to catch up.
Alright, welcome to Town of Churubusco's council meeting for May 21st, 25. Please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Nathan Van Horn,
Present.
Mark Heppel, Kevin Keener,
President.
Madeline St. Barlow present.
Alright, meeting minutes for May 7th.
Make a motion, we pass the meeting minutes for May 7th, 2020.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes for the council meeting on May 7th, 2025. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, at this time, open up for public comments for anything that's not already on the written agenda. Okay. Moving on to new business, pay app 27.
So pay app 27 for Crosby, I will go through what is on there. Masonry for the lab grit building, $12,150. Doors, frames, windows, $24,210. Influent pumps, $86,101.80. Grinder, $10,041.06. Fencing, $118,260. Fine screen replacement, $43,113.83. Electrical in various areas, $6,600, and then general work allowance, $28,000. Total work for the project, for this pay app is $328,476.69. The amount of the application, $312,052.86.
86% complete.
Yep. We're getting there slowly but surely.
Alright, make a motion that we approve pay app 27.
I'll second. Have a motion and a second, for pay app 27 to Crosby. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, change order number 8.
So much of this change order, is for so a couple council meetings ago, you guys approved a change order for the fine screen replacement. Within that quote, it did not have the electrical for the fine screen replacement. So much of that is for that. And it's been a week and a half since I looked that over, so I'm not quite sure what else was on there, but the majority of that was for the electrical. There's something else I told her to throw on there though, so,
Was it the pad?
yeah, I think so.
Concrete pad. Okay.
Oh, yes, it was for the drive, that's what it was. Because it was supposed to be gravel, but the trucks will tear it all up, with the semis going back and forth to do the land application, so.
Okay.
Make a motion that we approve change order number 8.
I'll second. Have a motion and a second, for the approval of change order number 8. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, the, software contract with Boise Keystone.
A few weeks ago, Natalie, Tina, and I, we sat through a demo of, Voice's new software that everyone will be going to over the next couple years. With this software, it's going to be considerably more, because of the integration is going to be considerably more, than what we're currently paying annually. However, if we are one of the first integrators of said software, then we will get a $32,000 discount, which is pretty impressive. And then there are trainings that we only pay for the training hours that we actually need. I believe that was $22,000, and then the software itself was around $25,000. I don't foresee us using much of that training because as we were sitting through the demo, we kind of got the gist of everything. It's kind of like the software that we currently are using for the radio reads. We just need to play with it to find out what it does. Some awesome things about this new software is number one, people can view their bill online at any time. Number two, they can set up ACH payments, which we don't have that either one of those capabilities right now. That right there is well worth just the cost, the extra cost of what it's going to be per year over what we're currently paying. But it is a cloud-based system, so we can be anywhere basically and be able to access the software. If our server goes down or if electricity goes out or whatever, we could still, as long as we found electricity somewhere, then we could still get on to the software. Yeah, it's just, as I said, everyone's gonna be going to this within the next couple of years. So it definitely pays to be an early integrator though.
So what was the cost differential between the two then?
So annually, we pay around $13,000 annually. Their annual fee is around $25,000, but to get everything,
Right.
again, there are a few costs that we have to pay, like there was a $3,000, integration fee that we have to pay. Can I see that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I only printed one copy, so.
Thank you.
So the annual fee would be $23,620. That again is about $10,000 more than what we currently pay. Online, for the online bill pay and public record search, that would be $1,720. Usually there's a $32,350 integration fee, or migration fee, I'm sorry, that we would not have to pay if we are an early integrator. The new module, project management, product configuration, that's $1,000, that one they cannot take off. And then a software setup fee of $3,300 that they cannot take off. And then $22,000 in available training hours that we would only pay if we use them.
Whatever we use, okay, basically.
Yep.
There very many other companies that do this, I mean, what is this, you know?
I mean, this is what we use anyway.
It's just like a different,
It's just they're going to a new platform. They did it with the schools a few years ago, and all the schools had to transfer over to that new platform. Now they're on to cities and towns.
it definitely seems convenient, some of the things we're able to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, just like if we had the issue that we had a couple months ago where, you know, the post office basically lost half the bills. People can
Yeah.
get online and just check out what their bill is.
Should help with potentially, you know, people having late
Yes.
because of, you know, things, yeah.
And they can set up the ACH payments and, right now, if you set it up through your bank, then we're actually getting like physical checks sent to us from banks, which is then, again, taking time and causing late fees.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be like a debit fee or an additional fee for setting up payments online, or would it?
I think that there is a debit fee if you use a credit or debit card, but if you use like an ACH bank account, there is not.
I think that seems really convenient. I think people have been asking for that for a long time.
They've been asking for it since I've been in office,
And
so,
upset that there was such a fee for setting it up through debit, because we can currently do some of that, but we can't
we
do
can't
any
do
of that.
any of that.
Okay.
I mean, we can take credit and debit cards, but I mean, it's still, it's a processing fee.
Okay, but it's in the office that they have to do
Yes,
that, okay.
Yeah, this would be like an auto pay, like every other bill, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
But again, it's something that we are going to have to go to at some point. It's just, do we become an early adopter? Or do we wait a few years and then have to pay the,
32 grand.
yeah,
What is the time limit on getting that $32,000 discount?
I mean, that's good for, I think it says 120 days from the date. But the earlier that we get this process started, it'll take about 8 months, it's about an 8-month migration period,
Really?
yes. So it'll be right at the beginning of the year next year, and our current contract is up on February 1st. So it'd wind up pretty much about the same time.
And this would come out of water?
Water, sewer, I mean, so right now, the way that I pay those, it's divided by a variety of factors, but like the utility portion would be water, sewer, storm trash.
Yep.
The fund portion is based upon budgets and how much we actually spend out of each fund. So, and payroll the same way, it depends on how much we pay out of payroll for each fund.
I think it's something that,
I think it does sound good. I like that it's going to add some convenience for the customers, for sure.
yeah, I mean, if you feel like it's doable budget-wise, you know, then,
It's something that we're gonna have to pay for at some point, so do we pay for it now, or do we pay more for it later? And I think that we've all seen where we pay for things later, and it's substantially more than what we were originally intending to pay, so,
Could be a lot different than that $32,000 discount.
yeah.
alright, I'll make a motion. We approve the Voice Keystone software contract.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, to approve the, updated software contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Did Voice and Keystone recently merge, is that new?
No, they've always been Voice, but everyone knows them as Keystone,
Okay.
so.
I've heard both those names separately.
Now BSNA and Voice, they just merged.
Okay.
Alright, CNA, CF1.
So these are just like what you guys passed at the last meeting for Kyler Ridge. I will tell you though that, there are things that the assessor was supposed to get, the CNA was supposed to send her, and they did not receive them by the May 15th deadline, so, so yeah, you guys, she's told me to tell you guys, so you guys can sign them, but unless they get something in the mail that's postmarked by May 15th, it's not going to, they won't hit their abatements this year. But this isn't a new thing for them, they know what's required for the abatement process, so.
Okay.
There is a process, they can apply for non-compliance, but they'd have to do that.
Yeah,
Just kind of align with what we've done with them in the past.
yes.
Postmark May 15th, and they haven't gotten it yet, so,
Yeah, it's,
unless it came from Sweden or wherever.
right.
Right. Make a motion that we sign the CNA CF1.
I'll second. Have a motion and a second for the approval of CNA's CF1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, amendment to the 2025 salary ordinance.
So after kind of reviewing, job descriptions and everything over the past couple weeks with the job openings that we have, I would like your permission to change Natalie's title from deputy clerk treasurer to deputy chief of staff because of, it just aligns more with what she does on a daily basis.
Okay.
You know, she's amazing with the new software for meter readings. She's been dealing with a lot of, especially since I've been sick the past week, a lot of other issues that I've not been able to take care of because I've been out, so, including some right-of-way issues and permitting issues, so that is the only change that is on that salary ordinance is changing her title from deputy clerk treasurer to deputy chief of staff.
As far as her
Everything else,
day-to-day, I mean, she handles the same stuff where we don't need to go out there and hire
Yeah.
somebody else type of a thing.
yeah.
Okay.
However, with Mark not being here, you guys can only introduce it and you cannot pass it tonight, so.
Okay. You have any questions?
I don't believe so.
So we just need to vote to introduce her, or you're saying we just?
Yeah.
Motion, you need to vote to introduce it.
Motion that we introduce ordinance 2025-07 to make an amendment to the 2025 salary ordinance.
One second. I have a motion and a second to introduce ordinance 2025-07, amendment of the 2025 salary ordinance. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good. Alright, anything else, new business? No. Alright, department reports, so Jeremy sent his in earlier.
Yeah, I mean, along with Natalie, Jeremy's been picking up a lot of slack this past week too, so,
We've been out the water, or out the sewer plants.
yes,
on there,
yeah. So I thank him very much for that too.
Very good.
Both those guys kept things afloat and let me sleep for the majority of a week, so.
Alright, Mr. Kreider?
Everything's good at the park back there considering the weather. And I think we discussed earlier about the splash pad delaying until maybe right around the 28th or 29th when it finally reaches 70 degrees,
Yeah.
you know. And as far as other things go, we probably need a part-timer back here sometimes as far as mechanical or whatever that could suit for the town and maybe the police cars and stuff like that. I was thinking of Dave. I don't know what your thoughts are about that, or whether we can really afford anybody that, a part-timer, whatever, and get your thoughts on that anyway.
So I know I've talked to you guys about that prior, and then nothing really came about it, so, might be something that we do consider, but maybe not until we know what the budget looks like a little bit better than what we currently know, so.
Well, yeah, you know, and I mean, obviously nobody knows, but one of my, thinking is, I mean, that might be one of the things that we need to, I guess, do is make things last a little longer, rather, and so that'd be one way to save money, so to me, this would, if we
Right.
chose to, this would be the route to go, but yeah, I mean, we definitely, I think, need to, should discuss it, cause I think we
Yeah,
should probably say.
this is something too, instead of running back and forth the precision sharpening, have them come over and pick something up and take them back over there, he could probably save us really some money there as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Taking a look at things that, that we need there too.
I wonder how hard would it be, next couple weeks or whatever, kind of get a number of how much we spend annually on maintenance and things like that.
I mean, I can do it really easily with the park and with the PD, but I know the boys usually take care of their vehicles,
Gotcha,
so.
okay.
When we first discussed this, I know Forker was all up in arms about it, about us possibly hiring someone to do this, so.
Well, yeah, it's definitely, I think it would be a good thing to discuss and look at,
Okay,
yeah,
super.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's about all I have back there.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
have to see what happens, Turtle Days
Yeah,
upon us. 3 weeks,
yeah,
probably, yeah.
going on,
So,
yes, sir. Hopefully, all the rain's getting out of the system, huh?
yeah. Well, there's, I think, I heard, Dave gave me a call yesterday about they needed a place to store these, supposedly 70 to 80 bicycles are given away this year at Turtle Days. They need a place to put some of the bikes.
Tell them to give me a call, we have a whole building open.
So, we have a couple places back there we can put in the old brown building. He said, a lot of them are in boxes and stuff like that, so. And the back pavilion, we got a lot of room upstairs. They don't mind climbing the stairs and put them up there.
I think Dodie was shooting for 75 since it's the 75th anniversary, so trying
Right.
to be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Big thing.
It's neat.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it.
All right.
Mr. Dr. Berger, you have anything?
Nope.
Alright, nothing for myself, Devin?
Have nothing.
Alright, now,
The wastewater assistant position was posted, it ended yesterday, so, I've already started going through applications, and I hope to get some interviews in, tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, Friday, and then next Tuesday and Wednesday,
you'll
so.
get a handful of applicants.
Yeah, we got a lot, so. And then the water main was advertised this week, and it'll be advertised in next week's paper, and those bids are due on, well, yeah, they're due and will be open on June 13th, and then the next meeting, you guys will be approving the contract.
Okay.
What was
So-
the hourly wage for the assistant position?
Between 22.90 and 27. Yeah,
Mhm.
so. And then other than that, I've been out, so,
I'm glad you're getting back at it.
thanks.
Alright, nothing else? Thank you everybody for coming and we stand adjourned.